You'll never feel more at home than with a Kellian in a foxhole, singing his lungs out, 'cause he knows this might be the last day in service to the God Emperor, Governor Militant Philwar Augustus Fandagor. The planet. The planet of Kellia is a civilized world located in the Segmentum Pacificus, home to the imperial knightly house Fandagor and the Kellian men-at-arms, ruled by the Governor Militant Philwar Augustus Fandagor. The planet is split up into 2 continents, covered in mountains, only broken up by deep ravines with rivers flowing through the mountains from the planet's Great Sea, which covers 89% of the planet's total surface. The Kellians live in watchtowns, which are high-like city structures built into or atop of some of Kellia's biggest mountains. Instead of the building block-like construction of regular hive cities, which sees hab blocks stacked atop of a hab block, watchtowns are built into and then down the mountain, the hab blocks of lower-class citizens resting on foundations supported by giant metallic beams inserted deep into the mountain's sides, ensuring structural integrity and avoiding the hab blocks from simply slipping down the mountain slopes. Due to its knightly influence, both the architecture and the equipment of Kellia's local Imperial Guard regiment share many aesthetic similarities to the regal and scenic nature of Imperial knight design, taking influence from Terran Middle Ages. Whilst the outside protective walls of the watchtowns are dull and uninspiring, the insides of the watchtowns are vibrant and beautiful, complete with artificial weather, flora and fauna. Due to the deviant and low-life elements of the Kellian population living on the slopes running down the mountain, the watchtowns are reserved for planetary nobility, representatives of imperial upper echelon and the ruling figures on the factions represented on Kellia. Kellia does have a domestic disturbance which robs it of its otherwise idyllic nature. Other than supplying companies of its local guard regiment, Kellia also supplies the Imperium with vast quantities of rare minerals found in a great boon inside its countless mountains. However, the Kellians do not hold total dominion over their planet. A xenous species, hitherto unseen on other planets, live on Kellia as well. This race, the Solideverandum lacerta, or locally known as rock-biters, is a race of hunchbacked humanoid lizards which inhabit the deepest caverns of the Kellian mountains and therefore still pose a threat to mining operations and even some of the citizens living on the mountain slopes. The Men-at-Arms. The Kellian Men-at-Arms are an infantry-based Imperial Guard regiment. They specialize in holdouts, tunnel fighting and war on attrition, making them ideal against foes like the Tyranids, Orcs, or even traitor or secessionist elements of the Imperium. The Men-at-Arms have unique names of most pre-existing ranks within the Imperial Guard command structure, further reinforcing their inspiration from their planet's local knightly house. PDF conscripts are called militia, regular guardsmen, men-at-arms, and guardsmen with the rank of a sergeant is referred to as a warden. The men-at-arms also boast a rank unique to their regiment. This rank holds no authority over the common guardsmen, but within the regiment itself, these guardsmen are seen with more adoration by their fellow men-at-arms. Due to the infestation of the local Xenus race, the Kellians have been forced to adapt to tunnel fighting, as vehicles that they use are simply too large to enter the caves. This has led to the creation of a rank known as a spelunker, derived from the Low Gothic word which is defined as one who makes a hobby of exploring and studying caves. These guardsmen were tasked with rooting out the local Xenus from caves already dug by the Imperial mining crews, or mapping and ensuring the safety of naturally formed caves underneath Kellia's surface. Their use of the battlefield is much the same, digging tunnels underneath enemy battle lines to surprise or even collapse the foundation underneath enemy lines, allowing fellow guardsmen to advance with relative safety. When used in conjunction with other imperial regiments, the Kellian spelunkers will often employ Hades breaching drills, like the Death Corps of Krieg, or two specially modified patterns of the Torx Prime, modified in such a manner that they can assist the spelunkers in their breach-like maneuvers. The men-at-arms are to other regiments of the Imperial Guard known for their quite relaxed attitude, even when in combat, and for their tragically unparalleled camaraderie. This is made even more evident by the Kellian saying, "No man to carry the tags," which refers to the Kellian notion that being the last survivor of your squad will be an unbearable burden, for you must live on without your friends. This was seeing Kellian guardsmen throw themselves at the enemy with reckless abandon after their squad has suffered catastrophic losses, leaving the group completely wiped out. Kellians are also known for their love for music. Many wardens of the men-at-arms carrying a harmonica-like instrument with them, which they will entertain their squad with during trench warfare or even during tunnel marches. When working together with other Imperial Guard regiments, the Kellians will often get cross when paired with arrogant regiments like the Praetorian Guard or the Ventrilian nobles. The Kellians' more friendly demeanor often clashes with the no-nonsense attitude of such regiments and result in poor cooperation. They are, however, known for their great synergy when fighting alongside regiments like the Mordant Acid Dogs and Vresh Grenadiers. The men-at-arms have seen conflict on many worlds around the Segmentum Pacificus and both the eastern and western fringes. Their most notable theatre of war was against the Orc freebooter captain Big Bork and his death gets during the Orcs' invasion of the imperial agri-world of Lanius IV. Here, the Kellian spelunkers were instrumental in passing and breaching into Big Bork's stronghold and attacking the Orcs from within.